and it looks like Duval.
Yeah.
Duval, where have
Turn up
you
the Mac.
been? Tell
We
everyone,
turn
where
up
have
the
you
Mac.
been, man, for the
We
last 2 weeks?
turn
We've
up
been
the
off the
Mac.
airwaves for the last 2 weeks.
I was in Turkey.
Oh,
Turkey. I'm saying it there the right way. Turkey,
exactly,
not
Turkey.
Turkey. Turkey. It
Um, oh,
was
interesting.
wicked.
All right, okay.
It was
So
wicked.
you were 2 weeks away, right?
Hmm.
So you were enjoying it. You were enjoying the sun. You were out there on the beaches having hang on, what's Turkish? What's the main dish that they have over there?
Like they have
What's the
like
main thing?
mixed grill, kebab, and all that
Grill
kind of
kebabs.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of like
Okay.
meats and lamb and chicken, like all grilled stuff with bread, pita
Hummus,
bread and a
maybe.
bit of rice, hummus, all
Yeah.
these little sauces, chili sauce, and all that kind of. It's like
Wicked.
a fun platter. We ate
Yeah.
food, honestly. We had
I,
food.
I'd love to go. I want to check
Mm.
it out, man. I want to check it out. So listen, look, folks. Deval's back. I'm back. We're back. And this is episode 385. But listen, this episode is slightly different because
Mhm.
this is season 9, episode 1. So I just want to put this out there. Deval, we've done
Mhm.
8 years of the pod, of this flipping pod. 8 years,
That's
brother.
mad. And it was
We
only
have,
meant to be one episode, just a bit of fun, just see what happens. And
oh
look,
my days. And
crazy,
look at here
crazy,
we are, man, across the
crazy.
continents.
Yeah.
Near enough, man. Like every single friggin' week, we are
Mm.
delivering, talking shit about movies, TV shows, trailers, you name it, hidden gems. We're dropping them. We get guests on. And on that note, Devaldo, just remind everyone, where can they subscribe and, get in touch with us?
They can get us everywhere: YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, I should say. You can get us everywhere. You can get us on iTunes. You can get us on Google Play. You can get us on Spotify.
Yep.
Please listen, download, reach out. Also, do a review. Do a review. You can get on the show. That's all it takes. Do a review. Tell us if you like the show. If you don't like the show too, we're open for criticism. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you guys said this. You guys said that." We
And we don't
listen.
agree.
You know, we're not too precious about it. We're just normal
No.
people. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Brilliant. Man, here's to the next 8 years, Deval.
exactly.
All right, let's get into the show. So stick around for the next kind of 45, 50 minutes. We've got some great movies that we're going to be speaking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
some
yeah,
new
yeah.
releases.
Yeah.
But before we get into
Mhm.
that, Deval, let's do the shout outs.
Yeah, we've got 3 shout outs. But also, let's just say a big shout out to everyone who actually listens to the show, everyone that's been on the show as well. So
For
many
the last
people, too
years.
many to mention. All our friends, all our Flixters on all of our platforms. Massive shout out to all of you. But I'm going to shout out 3 today. Black Blight on Instagram. Black Blight was basically taking a piss, laughing at Emmanuel. I think Emmanuel done a review a couple of weeks ago on Fist of the North Star. And
Yeah.
he was going da, 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 like that kind of, I don't know what it is when Fist of the North Star starts doing moves and
He's like
whatever.
doing that.
Yeah, so he's taking a piss with that and laughing to like massive jokes. Go check out Black Blights, Black_Blights on Instagram. Go check out his page. Great guy. Second shout out goes to our very own Ciel Noir 3. Go check her out on Instagram. Friend of the show. She's been on the show a couple of times before. We are going to try and get her on the show again soon to come and talk about what she's doing. She's an actress. She's a presenter. Does a lot of really great stuff.
Yeah.
And she's been in some new films recently. So we'll get to talk about that as well
100%.
as what she's watching as well. So massive shout out to Ciel Noir 3. And last shout out goes to Sarah on TikTok. And again, Sarah giving us a shout out. Actually, I think it was about worst ex ever,
Yeah.
similar to Ciel Noir 3. Worst ex ever. We spoke about that a little while ago, and she was just responding to our post on that. So massive shout out to those 3. Go check them out on all our socials.
Wicked. All right. Keep it locked with the Flixters, folks. All right. Let's get into movie news. Now, we've got just a couple of bits that we want to speak about because we want to get into the reviews as soon as possible. Now, Deval, man, I know people, you've spoken about this, and I think Emmanuel maybe even mentioned this one as well. But yeah, Mobland.
Yeah.
So we've had season 1 already, and it was a hit for Paramount Plus. British drama, mob drama. It's done really well. So, and then there was a bit of controversy about Tom Hardy. Interestingly, there's been a few articles where people have mentioned that Tom Hardy could be difficult to work with.
Mm.
Charlize Theron, she mentioned it in an interview when she worked with him with Mad Max. Those two had beef. But what are we saying about Mobland? Because Mobland is a good show.
Yeah, very good show. I enjoyed it. Really, I mean, I blitzed through it. Season one, really
Guy
good.
Ritchie.
Pierce Brosnan, yeah, get Guy Ritchie directing, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, obviously Tom Hardy, who we're talking about today. From what we understand, there has been some kind of beef, and it's hard to fully understand where the beef originates, what the trouble is. We hear some issues about maybe he's not coming out on set on time, he's being
Yes.
late, stuff like that. But I'm also
Yeah.
hearing another side of the story saying that there was beef with him and with Tom Hardy and Helen Mirren regarding something to do with the conflict in the Middle East, about one having a side on, okay, it's Palestine, the other having a
Mm,
side on, okay, it's Israel. Like there's
something
some
political.
conflict going on there, and that could be that. It might not be. Maybe it is the sort of behavior because as you
Mm.
said, we've heard about it before. Who knows? What we do know is that, yeah, season three, if it goes ahead, it's not going to include Tom Hardy for now.
And
Yeah,
he's a big draw, man. He's a big name.
he is the show. He's the main character. He's the main heavy who walks around. He works for Pierce Brosnan, and he does a lot of busting heads, doing deals. So without him, I don't know how the show will carry on.
Who would they get like to fill his boots? I guess they'll find someone, but I
They
mean,
could find someone, but it won't be the same. But yeah, you're right. They could
mm,
find someone. Yeah.
yeah, totally. Let's speak about Danny Boyle now. Listen, we reviewed 28 years later. We reviewed 28 years later the Bone Temple, which was I thought was a great movie. And there's going to be another one. So Danny Boyle's coming back, Divaldo.
Yeah, he's coming back, and this was always going to happen because 28 years, The Bone Temple is part of a trilogy, sort of a new trilogy, and that one was directed by Nia DaCosta. So this one, 28 years later, I'm not sure what this is going to be called, but it's going to literally follow on directly from The Bone Temple, and Danny Boyle has confirmed that the filming was supposed to happen in 2026, but due to timing restrictions and just not being able to do it on time to take advantage of the conditions, whether they wanted to film summertime or something like that, I don't know, but they're going to have to now postpone it to 2027. So I would
Wow.
imagine the film to then be released in 2028. So there's a bit of a lag here because the first one, 28 years later, and then 28 years Bone Temple, that came out within, I want to say, about 9 months, if not less.
That was a quick turnaround,
So
wasn't it?
quick turnaround. Yeah, they were filmed back to back. So we'll have to wait and see what Danny Boyle can conjure up next year.
Mm. And then the way they left it was we saw Killian Murphy's character from the original movie.
Mm,
He was still
yes,
in it. So, I mean, I'm
yes,
assuming Killian Murphy's going to be in it as well.
100%. He's going to be in it as an actor, and also I understand producing as well. So
Yeah.
he'll have his fingers in many pies.
Yeah, 100%. I will be there to watch it. All right, okay. Let's
Mm,
get into new on streaming. Now, I've seen this one pop up. This is on my, you got that feature on Netflix where you add it to your list. Um,
mm,
and this immediately grabbed my attention. This is called The Crash. This is a new documentary. And I've said this so many times before. Netflix, they've kind of cornered these true life crime stories. This is called The Crash. And the synopsis is what appears to be kind of like a normal car crash, then eventually leads into a murder investigation. And if I'm getting this right, it's the suspect is the girlfriend of the person who died.
100%. Yeah. So
Yeah, tell us about this.
this is, yeah, a really sad case. I mean, I know Netflix and different platforms, they make documentaries and stuff, and we always have to remember these are real situations. People have died, families have changed, but this is now kind of entertainment, which it's a bit weird. But I mean, I watch this stuff and I watch it to understand the psychology and stuff like that. But yeah,
Mm.
so the person is called Mackenzie Shriller. She was 17 years old at the time, and she was driving. Her boyfriend Dominic was in the car, and another friend was in the car as well. His name escapes me. I'm sorry, but they crashed at high speed, basically into a wall, into a building. And through the investigations, they find out that she didn't break. Davion is the person who also passed away.
Okay.
So she didn't break before she hit the wall. She was also, I think, there's questions over whether she was under the influence of something. There was some issues with her and her boyfriend at the time and stuff. So people are thinking, did she crash on purpose to
Yeah.
try and hurt them? Maybe not kill them, but to hurt them, or was it like a reckless thing that she was under the influence of some sort of substance, and
Yeah.
that was a reason? But yeah, she basically was. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it. Actually, let me not say. But yeah, this is not
Mm.
as simple as you
But
think. The
how would
document.
they? But how would they? Like, say for example, getting to that, arriving to that conclusion though, like where she didn't break. I mean, what can they can find that
Yes,
out?
the CCTV of the
Okay.
crash. Also, tire marks are expected. If
Mm.
somebody presses the brakes, yeah, you're gonna stop. You're gonna lock the wheels, or if it's got ABS, it won't lock. But there should be some sort of evidence of that. Also, the car was quite a new car, so the car has a computer that tells you all the
Oh,
actions of the driver before the crash, the black box or whatever it was. So it tells them that the brake
damn.
was not pressed at all before the crash. Now, who would do that in their right mind?
But how
Again,
would she
emphasis
know?
on
Like
how would
she.
she
What about if
know.
she like? So she's obviously gone into the crash. But what about if she
Mm.
died?
Exactly, which is the question. Like the speed that she hit the wall, she should have
Should
died.
have.
She's lucky she didn't. I think she was the only one with a seatbelt on. I think the others didn't have a seatbelt on, which
Um.
is why they died. So is that another thing where you've seen it in some films where someone's like driving and they're thinking, okay, they put their seatbelt on and then they drive
Yeah.
into something knowing that the others ain't got it. So
Yeah.
again, but that's the movies. But yeah, she was still hurt. She went to hospital. She was there for a while and had injuries, but she survived.
Damn.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. Yeah. Go check it out. That's called The Crash.
mhm.
If you do watch it, let us know what you think. All right, let's move on to Amazon this time. And yeah, man, there was kind of like a lot of hype surrounding this. I haven't seen this, but this is Spider-Man Noir. And the buzz is, I haven't seen a lot of buzz, but some of the bits of buzz that I've kind of read about this, they're saying that it's a great take on the whole kind of Spider-Man mythology. They've gone into a different direction with this one. And I thought this was going to be an animation, but this is a live action.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And this is Nicolas Cage as a version of Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen
Which is
one
mad.
episode so far. This is on Amazon Prime, and it's interesting. Eight episodes are all out for you to watch. Nicolas Cage,
Mm,
Lee Jun Lee. You got Brendan Gleeson. You got Lamorne Morris. You got some good actors there, and it's very interesting. Amazon does give you an option to watch it in black and white
yeah.
or in color. I chose black and white for the first episode, and it's very much sort of that kind of what's the word that I'm looking for to
Tracy
describe that
Noirish.
Dick Tracy kind of yes. We should have had CL Noir one for this. We should have
Yeah.
Noir by name, Noir by nature.
By
I'm telling you.
nature.
So that this is really interesting. The sort of language they use, the costume, and the kind of environments. It all lends to that sort of 1930s. I
Yeah.
think during the time of these events, there's a depression happening. So I
Yeah.
think it might have been the
38,
1930s.
39.
Yeah, so very interesting. So one episode so far is interesting. There's swearing in it, there's blood in it,
Mm.
so it's not a kids
It's
show.
not a kid's show.
No, which is
Mm.
interesting. Spider Man. So yeah, I think it's yeah. I've only seen one so far. I've got seven more to go, and I'm gonna knock them out.
Yeah.
Seems quite good.
And then people probably might be wondering, they're thinking, well, why Nicolas Cage? Because
Mm.
this is the Nicolas Cage from that Spider-Man from the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's that
Which
Spider-Man.
he came obviously that's an animation, and in that they were all animations, and he was a very
But he was
interesting character.
he was black and white in that.
Yes, yeah, he was black and white and really animated, kind of. Yeah. So in
Yeah.
this, that's why I chose to watch it in black and white because I think it does lend to the environment and in that time period to have it in
Mm.
black and white rather than color. It does. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, good. All right, let's speak about this. And yeah, we've been waiting. Like, I mean, I waited because obviously I'm interested in this character, this comic book character, the Punisher. And we've seen John Bernthal play the character for a while now. He did the Punisher season 1, season 2, which were those kind of brilliant series on Netflix. And then he came back, for these new Daredevil Born Again, and
Mm.
I was I really enjoyed it. So I want to just say that up front. I was hoping that it was going to be a feature length, like an hour, and I thought they were going to do like a movie length version of it, but it was a quick 50-minute thing. But I thought for what we got, it was great. A really basic, easy setup. The Punisher, he's still going through his kind of issues. He's doing that thing, Deval, which you know about, which is the
I think
like
the first 10 minutes is
the
just him
first
shouting and
scream. He's going through a lot of shit. And one thing that I thought was just mad was they're living in a part of New York. I'm assuming it's New York or something where it's just the
it's mad.
lawlessness.
It's mad.
Devout.
It's mad.
First of all, what is going on in this place, right? There's no police officers, or the police officers don't even want to go down this part of New York, whatever it is. And then there's a hit out on the Punisher because of some bad stuff that he did in the past. And then it's literally for 45 minutes, it's just one kill after another. And man, it's brutal, it's bloody, it's great.
Mm.
I loved it. Um, and I'm just thinking, we're seeing him in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, this directly sets up the next Spider-Man movie. So I think the next Spider-Man movie, when we see him, maybe Spider-Man comes to this part of New York and tries to help clean it up or something. But it's just, yeah. And the funny thing is, I wanted to like this a lot more than I did. I
Okay.
wanted to, but I will say I did appreciate, obviously, the Punisher is a character who's had a lot of trauma, a
Mm,
lot of trauma. He hasn't just been through trauma; he's caused trauma. So I'm not
yeah.
surprised that he's going through all kinds of PTSD and psychological issues. He needs help. My man needs serious help. But yeah, I think I didn't enjoy it as much. I wanted to,
Okay.
but something for me was lacking a little bit. I don't know if it didn't seem as hard. I mean, I don't know that a lot of the people he was fighting and some of the, I don't know, it just seemed too set up. I don't know. It
Yeah.
seemed
What
too
like the
stagey. It
one?
seeed quite
Okay.
staged.
Okay. I
If you know what I
get you.
mean.
I
I don't
get
know.
you.
It's just
It
I
did
didn't.
have vibes of the raid, kind of in the sense that it's one location,
Yeah,
and so you've got all these people kind of busting in through the doors and coming here
yeah.
and coming there and everything. Obviously, and it does make me think though. This is Frank Castle. He doesn't have any superpowers.
No, 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 no.
He's
Just
just
rage and
it's just rage.
his superpower is hurt. He's hurting. That's his superpower. Pain, pain.
And he dishes out pain and he gets
Yeah,
obviously pain
yeah,
done to him, and then
yeah, yeah.
so there's but I think there's a turning point where now he at the end of it, without giving anything away, but by the end of it he's turned a new page, I think. So we see a
A Karen
different Frank
page.
Castle.
Yeah,
Oh yes, Karen Page. Interesting, interesting. Go
yeah.
go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. All right, let's do trailers, Devaldo. And you know what? Sometimes we need in the world, Deval. We need a
A
bit of
little
hope.
hope. A little hope.
A
A
little bit
little
of
hope.
hope can go a long
Hmm.
way. So tell us about hope.
Yeah, Hope is a very, very interesting film. This is Korean, I believe, and this is about a mysterious discovery which is made on the outskirts of a remote harbour town. The residents find themselves in a desperate fight for survival against something they have never encountered before, and it
Mm.
seems a bit like A Quiet Place in Korea.
Okay.
That's what it's. There's these creatures running around causing mayhem. It does seem like we need to see A Quiet Place, the second one that had Cillian Murphy, where you saw them sort of land, and in that town they were running around killing people.
Yeah.
This does remind me of that. I don't know what these creatures are, but yeah, it looks mad. This looks
Oh,
crazy.
interesting.
Yeah, it looks mad. So
Interesting.
it's
Yeah.
directed by Na Hong Jin. Na
Mm.
Hong Jin previously has brought us The Wailing, or written The Wailing, which is a really
Yeah.
good film.
Horror.
Really good,
Yeah.
yeah, really good film. The Yellow Sea and The Chaser. So yeah, this is we're in
Interesting.
good
Yeah, man.
company here.
Korean
Yeah.
movies, man. They're great. Next up is Hello, Bub. This is X-Men 97. So season two, we always knew we knew this was gonna kind of there was gonna be another one. And for fans of X-Men, which we are, those characters, and especially the cartoons from
Mm.
from 1992, 1993. this is kind of like the continuation. So there's enough of the nostalgia from those cartoons in leading into these cartoons and these seasons. And but in my head, I thought, yeah, they would have done like a season two after a quick succession. But
Hmm.
it's been a while now, hasn't it?
2024, the first one came out, but there was some
20 years.
issues with the creative side of it, and some people didn't carry across. I think one of
Mm,
the either executive producers or writers that was
mm,
originally on that, they had a falling out with Disney, from what I understand, and that's what caused a bit of a delay. So that's why we're kind of only getting it now. So the trailer does look interesting. We're getting to see a lot more Apocalypse in it.
yeah.
Magneto, I think, has joined the X-Men from the looks of the trailer, I think. And I think they're having to go back in time to do something, from what I can
Love the
remember
time travel ones.
on the trailer. Yeah, so
Mm,
I'm definitely going to watch it. I mean, X Men for me, X Men in the '90s, my '90s were dominated with X Men
yeah.
and X Files,
Yeah.
uh, and I won't mention the third X. So those were the X's that dominated my '90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And for a lot of people at our generation,
yeah.
yeah, go check that out. X-Men 97 season 2. Check out the trailer. Now this next one, prime time. Now when I think of prime time, I'm thinking of prime time TV, that 8 o'clock slot.
Hmm.
What was it? What was prime time TV in the UK? Like back in
I
the
think
day, what would it be?
between 6 and 8, I would say, or between
Yeah,
5 and 8, or maybe 9, even up to nine
even
o'clock.
9 o'clock, depending, yeah,
Yeah.
on we. I know in America, prime time is like this big kind of time frame where it was like if you were in on the prime time, millions of people
Mm.
were watching you. But yeah, tell us about this, Deval.
Yeah, so I'm always talking about Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. Chris
Mm,
Hansen, uh, he's done lots of work with different TV shows, Dateline NBC,
yeah.
about catching predators, potential predators.
Mm.
Have you seen him before? You've seen it before, haven't you? The clips on
Catch a
YouTube and
predator. Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so this is that. So prime time is a dramatization of a journalist who's exposing the criminal world of these potential predators, and then he's doing these investigations and showing it on TV. Chris Hansen. So this is Robert Pattinson as Chris
Chris.
Hansen. Yes, I
Oh,
can imagine Chris Hansen. He must be loving
over the
this,
moon.
because for his like journey to be now on Hollywood and the big screen
And being
must
played
be
by Robert
crazy.
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Anna Faris is also in this. I can
Okay,
imagine.
comedy.
I can imagine, because she's got quite a light voice.
Mm,
I can imagine they'll use her as a decoy, because
as
usually the
bait.
cops, yeah, because Chris Hansen would work with the police department, and one of those in the police department, they've always got a cop who's got like a light voice and looks quite young. I reckon she'll be that
She'll
person
be
to
the
be the
one.
bait to hook those people in, those predators, and then arrest them. That's what I think. I don't know, but
Mm,
yeah, there was a series on Paramount called Predators, and it
yeah.
shows the documentary of how Chris Hansen came to be and all the sort of the sort of the drama behind these shows. Someone even committed suicide on one of the investigations, because they were a district attorney and they was a
Yeah, I
predator.
remember you mentioned that one.
Yeah, so this is I'm watching this. This is coming out in September 2026. So yeah,
Okay, so
prime
a
time.
short few months away. We'll
Yeah.
definitely have a look at that one. So go check out those trailers, folks. Let us know what you're thinking. You like them? You don't like them? What are you interested in? What are you kind of looking forward to over the next kind of 3 to 6 months? Let us know. Get in touch with us at the Flixters. All right, let's do anniversary corner. So this is another section of the show. We like to kind of bring you a reminder, just to kind of go back in time, 10 years all the way up to 30 years, and in this case maybe even 35 years or whatever. But this is a movie which kind of is connected to one of the main movies that we're going to be speaking about, and this is from 30 years ago. This is called Fear, and
Mhm.
it's this is one that wasn't on my radar, to be honest with you, but it's got a great cast, Deval.
Yeah, really great cast. Mark Wahlberg, Reece Witherspoon,
Hmm,
directed by someone called James Foley, who's also directed two of the 50 Shades films as well. So really,
okay.
I guess, good at handling relationships of varying
Relationship.
degrees
Yeah,
of
yeah.
intimacy and all that kind of stuff. And I guess on the edge of what's
Mm,
maybe accepted in society. This film, Fear, is about a woman called Nicole who meets a handsome, charming Mark Wahlberg, played by David. He's basically everything. He's the perfect guy, tall, dark, well, not very tall, but he's dark and handsome.
mm,
Sorry, Mark Wahlberg. He seems perfect, but soon David's darker side comes out,
yeah,
and then he has basically that sort of charmingness turns into obsession,
yeah.
turns into control, and basically her sort of vision of this dream relationship gets turned upside down, and he starts to reveal his true self. So this is what
Mm,
can happen in relationships. We've seen this before. There's a lot of talk of this right now within society about compulsive, not compulsive, sorry, uh, controlling,
yeah.
coercive relationships, and all that kind of stuff, the manosphere, and how to treat a woman and stuff like that. And this is something that I think is a conversation that needs to happen and has happened recently. So
Mm,
this film was made 30 years ago.
mad.
Has anything changed?
Still, I mean, so this stuff's been going on. Like, Hollywood's been making movies about this sort of stuff
Mm,
for, well, there you go, for decades.
donkeys. Yeah.
Mm, interesting. And
So
it's kind of
no.
interesting to see kind of Mark Wahlberg's career kind of go off. Obviously, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch
Mm,
to making movies like this, and then obviously being Oscar nominated, etc. And obviously Reese
yeah.
Witherspoon, she's won an Oscar. So yeah, interesting. Go check it out. It's called Fear. And that leads us nicely into this main movie that we're going to be speaking about. So this is a brand new movie. This is called Obsession. And I think the best way to watch this movie is the less you know about it, the better.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're not going to give away any major kind of plot reveals or anything like that. We're going to give kind of like a brief outline, and I'm going to tell you especially how I felt when I watched this movie, and that might give you an idea of whether or not you want to watch it. But the actors in this devout, I don't think I've seen them in a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. Can you rattle off any films that they've been in before?
Teen Wolf, the male, Michael Johnson was in a few episodes
Okay.
of Teen Wolf. Well, not a few, quite a lot of episodes of Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I hadn't really recognized him. And
Mm.
then Indy Navarrete, the lead actress in it, she was
Yeah.
in lots of episodes of Superman and Lois.
Oh.
So on the TV side, yes, they've got some exposure. Also, Trap House that we saw recently with
Yes.
Batista,
With
she was in that as
Batista.
well.
She
Yes, I
was
think
the
she was
daughter of
the
the Mexican cartel.
yes, yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they've done quite a few things, but not like I wouldn't say they're household names, but they're good. They're
Mm.
good, as you
Yeah.
can see.
They're good. And I
Yeah.
remember you put this movie up on our trailers maybe like about a month ago, and we were like, oh, let's definitely
Mm,
go watch this because
mm,
it's got this kind of vibe to it, the Fatal Attraction vibe, the movie that you just mentioned, which is Fear, about this the toxic relationships that happen in real life. Like, we've read about this now, a lot is going on where couples, they fall in love, and one person then becomes unhinged,
mhm,
and they start becoming so obsessive that it then suffocates the other person.
mm,
What I liked about this movie is, Devalda, did you notice that when the movie starts, they filmed it, it's all in 4.3 aspect ratio.
mhm. Yes, yes, yeah.
And you know what? That for me was this claustrophobic
Mhm,
feeling of, okay, we're in their world, and we're not coming out of this world now. We're stuck in this world, and we're almost trapped in it. So I watched a late night showing, and I wasn't expecting much. I only briefly saw the kind of the trailer a month ago, but then I started hearing a few things, and I heard you saying a few things, and then I was like, yeah, I'm really getting this movie. And it really made me uncomfortable with some of the stuff that happens. But I got to say also, it made me, I'm not sure whether or not I was supposed to laugh, but there were some funny moments in there as well, Deval. But was that me just being awkward, or was
mm.
that just me just like, oh, am I supposed to be laughing at this, or am I supposed to be like, cringing at this, like, or squirming in my seat type of a thing? I don't know if you had that.
No, you
We'll
should. No,
we'll
yeah.
get into the
Mm.
whole thing, but give us a basic plot outline, and then we can kind of take it from there.
Yeah, so basic plot outline for this film. You have, I guess, three kind of central characters. You have uh, Bear, who goes by Bear, Michael, played by Michael Johnston. You've got Indy Neverett, who plays Nikki, and you've
Yeah.
got Cooper Tomlinson, who's the friend, Ian. Also, you have Megan Lawless, who's Sarah. So there's four friends. They're a friend group, all working in a music store, kind of like student age, I should say, or college age. And they've got a good relationship. But Bear has a secret crush on Nikki.
Mm,
He's liked her for quite a while. He's a bit of an awkward person. He hasn't got really good, like, he's not really outgoing compared to his friend Ian. He doesn't know how to tell Nikki he likes her. He really likes her. And he even tells Ian, "How do I tell her? How do I tell her?" And he's saying, "Just say it." But he can't say it. Really awkward.
mm,
So that's the basis of sort of where the relationship is. And uh, what happens is that Bear, in trying to muster up the courage to ask out Nikki, he actually, before meets her, he buys her a little gift, which is a one wish willow kind of little gift thing, and it
mm,
basically gives you all your wishes. It basically gives you your wish. If you say a wish, it will come true. He's meant to give it to her as a gift because she was feeling a bit low, I believe. I think.
yeah.
So he can't ask her out. It gets all awkward. She leaves the car. He basically says, out of desperation, just a throwaway comment, "I wish Nikki would love me more than anyone else in the world,"
Well,
and breaks the wish. And unbeknownst to him, it comes true. And it's
yeah.
exactly what he says. You got to be careful. Exactly what you say comes true.
Be
So
careful what you wish for.
instantly, she comes back, and then bit by bit, like, she basically loves him, and
Mm,
she slowly, but surely, that love grows and grows and manifests to something that we're seeing that turns into obsession. That's the
mm.
basic premise of the sort of movie, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And but
Mm,
it's the breakdown of that relationship is where you like, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, holy shit, this is so messed up. This is so dark. And then it's also like it's a nightmare. So it's a
mm,
horror movie, but it also turns into like it's kind of like a body horror as well. And then the for me, it was a solid movie. The
yeah.
only thing that let it down for me was there's a moment in the movie where, in my heart of heart, I was thinking, I would have run. There's a
Mm.
moment towards the end of the movie, Divaldo, and I'm like, man, you would have run, you would have run, you would have run. Wouldn't you have got in the car and just basically got out of there?
Mate, yeah, it's.
Divaldo, no, come
I don't want
seriously.
to spoil it too much, but you mean the guy Bear,
Yeah, bear. Like what?
when okay,
Yeah.
mm,
So there's a car scene, and then
yeah,
and then I'm thinking, hang on a second, like if he's seen that, but then I also get it because he doesn't have
he's
confidence.
stuck. Yeah, yeah,
He
he
lacks
lacks
confidence.
confidence,
He
conviction.
conviction, all of those
Yeah,
things. He doesn't have the power or the will to be able to just
mm,
be no, stop this, stop this.
yeah,
He's sucked into that whole little thing. And
yeah,
remember, he's needy. This is a needy character.
yeah. But I will say, I mean, this for me is probably one of my best films of the year so far.
Yeah, it's great. It
This
is a great
film, I
movie.
enjoyed this film so much. I
Yeah.
rated it very high on IMDb. The cinema was packed.
Mm,
Yeah, I didn't even get the first choice of the screening I wanted. That
damn.
never happens. The
Yeah.
cinema was packed. Yeah, couples everywhere. This film was made on a budget of less than $1 million.
Ah, that is
Teacher. It was
mad.
made on a
Wow.
budget of less than $1 million. Now, Focus Features, along with Blumhouse, I don't know who it
Blumhouse.
was,
This is
but
a Blumhouse
they
movie, yeah.
they bought it for 15 million,
Wow.
and now they're distributing it. I'm going to ask you now, how much do you think it's done so far worldwide? It was made for less than $1 million, shot in 20 days.
So like
Yeah,
what? About 30 to 40, 15,
by
what?
a filmmaker. Yeah, Curry Barker, who's done YouTube. Yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of his YouTube is like comedy sketches.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the channel is That's a Bad Idea. So him and Ian, the other character in this,
oh
the kind
yeah,
of the chum, they've done a
yeah,
lot of sketches together,
right.
similar to
Okay,
like Jordan Peele and stuff like that, and Zach Krieger. So a lot of comedy stuff. You can go and check out their YouTube. He's only
mm,
done one feature film before this, which is again like a YouTube level film. So you think about 30-40 million dollars, which would be
30,
great.
40 million.
That's a
Which that's what I'm
30x.
saying. That's mad. From 1 million
Let me tell you, this film's been out for 15 days.
to
It's done
reach
100 million, mate. A
Jesus.
100 million. It's 100x.
It's
This
a
film's
hot.
done this, and it hasn't stopped. No, no, no. That's 15 days. It's not over.
Imagine
This
a month.
film is done almost the same as Mandalorian and Grogu, which
Oh,
cost $160 million to make.
this
This
is.
film cost less than 1 million to make, shot in 20 days by a
Oh,
flipping YouTuber, and I mean that
YouTuber.
in the biggest respects, yeah,
Yeah.
to what he's done. And he's come and just run the
Blown.
show. This
Blown
film
him.
for me was wicked.
I
Like,
know.
I just want to quickly talk about some of the undertones as well with this film. This film,
Mm,
when you're looking at who's the enemy, who's the bad guy, in this film, the bad guy for me is Bear.
yeah.
Bear likes a girl. He's what you call an insidious incel
Yeah.
come to life. If incels came to life, this is what we'll see every day of the
Because he
week.
can't.
They,
He can't. He couldn't muster up the courage to be able to basically say what he wanted to say, and then he chances it by just be like, "Oh, I wish," you know.
mm,
Yeah, I know. Totally.
yeah,
I get that. And
yeah.
then he didn't have the power to just basically, to kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I wanted to shake him.
He this guy, he's evil, you know. He seems like a really soft guy, can't do, and my cat died, and he's got issues, but think
Mm,
about it this way: he likes a girl, he couldn't tell her, fair enough, but then he makes a wish. He
yeah,
didn't think it was going to work, but it worked.
yeah,
Bit by bit he's seen her start to like him.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's a point where he realizes the wish has come true. He tries to call to turn it back, to try and not to turn it off. He says, no, no, I don't want to stop it,
I want to
I just want
change
to
it.
change it. So you know that you are artificially influencing someone's affection for you.
Mm,
That's almost like he's drugging her.
yeah,
It's almost like he's drugging her. She's under the influence of a spiritual whatever, but he's still going ahead with it. And
yeah.
there's even a point in the relationship where he says, "Oh, it's not too bad being with me, is it?" It's
Yes,
like
like he's
he
learning to
knows what he's
validate.
doing is wrong, but he's still saying, "Oh, it's not too bad, is it?" Like trying to convince himself.
Yeah,
And there's certain parts of the film where you see Nikki, like she's almost breaking
coming
out. She's
back.
trying to, yeah, because it's like a bit of her kind of breaks through, but then the wish holds her back.
Yeah,
So she's underneath. She's
she's there, and
trapped.
there's a bit in the movie where she's asleep, and she's like, please kill me," because the thing, the whatever end, let's just
Yeah,
call it an
yeah,
entity, whatever,
yeah, yeah.
is like controlling her, and
Yes,
then it's like, kill me, and then there's a couple of moments where she kind of realizes what she's doing.
yes,
I tell
yeah.
you what, Devour.
And she
There's a
even says there's one moment where she says, "Oh, I saw your face," or
Mm,
it's like it's insidious. This he is evil, but
yeah,
it's her that comes up looking bad. But he is the true enemy in this film on the
unbelievable,
next level.
on
And
next level.
look at everything that happens. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but
Oh man, it's so
yeah, when you
tragic.
analyze it and really look at that, what he's done and
Yeah,
the outcome, and just the fact that he knows that he's influenced this person, manipulated her,
mm,
and she has no choice. She has no choice in the
choice.
matter. Choice is gone. That's why there's a little bit of a spoiler. Sorry, but you had 2 weeks to watch this film.
Yeah,
There's a sex scene, yeah,
yes,
where he's having sex with her. He's loving it, and you
yeah.
see her face. She's just like,
She's looking away.
yeah, that's rape. He said,
No,
I think that's why this film is 18, not just because of the blood
the
that we saw,
violence.
which
Yeah,
is it's not all throughout, but there is this one
moment.
really crazy scene.
I
But I think
know.
it's because that is rape.
Yeah.
She didn't consent to that, and
No,
he's doing it.
you know
So
what? Yeah, you're so right. She didn't
yeah,
consent to it.
nope, nope, not at all. She hasn't consented to the whole thing. So the whole
No,
thing is sexual abuse,
I-
sexual whatever, and then it's
which
rape as
is
well.
which is a commentary on what is happening in society right now, where a lot
Thank
of
you.
women, they say
This
they
film
don't give
is
consent.
next level, next
We
level. This film. and it was made for under $1 million by this guy who hasn't.
How are they making these movies, man?
There's a new generation. Look at the Philippou brothers that made Talk to Me. They're
Fortunately,
YouTubers.
and yeah,
You
YouTubers.
know, look at
Parsons,
who?
Backrooms,
Yes, exactly. Which we'll talk about
20-year-old
next week.
YouTube, which we're going to talk about next
YouTuber.
week.
Yeah, there's
YouTuber,
all these like sort of new
new
wave of
way.
people coming through that are showing their talents on YouTube, getting a following, and then these studios are thinking, "Hold on a second, we got something. We've got a following here. We've got some good ideas here. Let's go with it."
We've got fan base. But Devaldo, this movie, no joke, I was not expecting to like it as much as I did,
Yeah,
and I
same.
was just like, there was moments where I was like, holy shit, what would I do in this situation? And then like, the friend and everything. Now,
Yeah,
one thing that I want to just say is and one thing that I love about this is because they don't go into a backstory about where these wishes come from. We
yeah,
don't know it. They just appear in the movie.
yeah.
In this universe, they're there. But what I suspect though, Deval, is that because the movie's done so well, there's probably
Mm,
going to be another part, and then they could focus on another person
yeah,
and hit the next wish, or
yeah.
they could make. What about the person on the phone?
The person on the phone so chilled out, innit? Like a normal person. Oh, mate,
I
I don't
know.
know what to say to you. And also, the phone number on the box, you can actually phone it, and it goes to a
Oh,
voicemail where the person says all this. It's a real. You can. I don't want to. Some Americans. I don't want to get charged for it, but you
yeah,
can actually call it. It goes to a voicemail,
man.
and that voice is on there. So there's a whole world here. And Curry Barker, in an interview, said he doesn't have the answer to where the wish came from and stuff like that. He said, "I don't need the answer.
I don't need the
We don't
answer.
need to
Yeah,
know where it came from. All we just need to know is that it exists.
it
So it
exists
can
in
be a
this whole
spin
world.
off of a TV show where we get
Yeah,
individual episodes of different
yes,
wishes. He said that's an idea, or a sequel or prequel. But he said that, yeah, there's more that can happen from this and probably will.
yeah. And the one, but did you notice that when he was on the phone, I think that voice knows more than what's going on, because when he speaks to the voice, he says, "Can you?"
Mm.
And then you hear her screaming over the phone.
Oh, is it? I can't remember that.
Do you remember that bit?
No.
When he was speaking to the voice on the
Mm,
phone,
mm.
uh, Bear, then you hear the screaming.
Oh, okay. I can't remember that.
There's more to that voice. Watch this space, I'd
Okay,
say,
okay.
but
I need to watch it again.
100%,
I'm going to watch it again. I'm watching this film
100%.
again. Yeah, this is a
And yeah,
solid
the acting,
8.5 for me. Or
yeah,
this film is like Hereditary level good. But
yeah,
then I actually think it's better because of the limitations that they had to do it. The
yeah.
budget, like
1 million. It's
teacher
nothing,
under a
man.
million. That's almost like uh, Blair Witch sort of
Yeah,
paranormal activity levels like of money. It's low money. 20 days to film. It's 100x already. It's probably going to reach much more. I
and
mean,
and and that just shows you don't need like massive, like huge, expensive cast members
yeah.
if the
And
story's.
I hope I know this probably it doesn't happen in film, but I really hope the cast get a bonus, man.
Oh, they get some of
But then
that,
it
yeah,
depends on the contract. Most casts will probably want money outright because
because
no
they
one
won't know
knows
that it does really
exactly.
well.
But I reckon give them a bonus, man, because you know what I mean.
Chuck
A
'em
hundred
something.
X. But these studios are going to keep the money. Shareholders,
Blumhouse
yeah,
is gonna be laughing,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
listen, for me anyway. Look, for me, it's my movie of the week, and we've still got a couple of more movies
For
to
me,
speak
of
about.
the year so far, mate, I can't think
Yeah,
of a one that I felt so good at coming out of the cinema. This is
yeah.
for me my movie of the year.
I've seen Undertone, and I've seen
Mm,
this now. And for me, those I would recommend. If people
mm,
say to me, "Can you give me a decent horror?" Like,
mm, mm,
I would
mm.
say Obsession and Undertone. Go watch those movies. Now, listen, I want to hear. I haven't seen this movie, so we're going to get Deval's take on
Real
this.
quick.
Yeah, I want to get because this is a massive movie, and you forget that this is out in the world. This is Disney. This is the Star Wars universe, and this is the Mandalorian Grogu, which had a fantastic season one and a season two. So tell us where we are with this, Devaldo, because I'm hearing mixed stuff. Take it away.
Yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm going to do this review very quickly. This is basically directed by John Favreau. We've got Pedro Pascal and all the rest of them. Sigourney Weaver's in this as well. Also, blimmin', what's his name? The one that directed. Oh my gosh, Scorsese. He's in this. He voices one of the characters. That's what the name. I was like, huh? Martin
Martin
Scorsese.
Scorsese. What?
Anyway,
Okay.
so this is Mando and Grogu. basically they're working for the rebels or the rebellion or the new, what's it called again? I don't know,
New
the new
Rebellion,
rebellion,
the New Rebels,
something
or
like that.
something.
Yeah. So he's working with them, doing little jobs and stuff like that as an independent contractor. And there's a job that they send him to do, which he has to go and find someone that is really important to them, but via they can't just he can't go straight to them. He has to go through the Jabba the Hutt people,
Right.
with the
Okay.
Hutt family, because they got information. So he has to go through one to get to the other, and
One thing leads to another. He's got a whole
yeah,
adventure to go through, and
yeah,
yeah.
skip, blah, blah, blah. This is season 4,
Oh,
wrapped up into 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 10 minutes, basically.
gotcha.
This should have been on Disney Plus. This is just another reason to make money. This is not
Mm.
making much money. Yeah,
Damn.
this costs. How much did it cost? It cost 160 million, I believe,
What?
to make. So far, gross worldwide, I think it's just about that. Yeah, I think it's just about that so far. It says 176 million. So, but with obviously with marketing and stuff, it's going to cost a lot more.
Mm.
So it might break even. It might be a bit of a, it might not make any money. I don't know. But for me, watching it, I was fighting sleep. There's not
Oh
much
man.
more. Basically, this is not better than what we've seen before on the show. Season 1, wicked. Season 2 has some good parts as well. Season 3, I
Yeah.
think, was a bit whatever. This
Yeah.
just carries on going down. This is a kids.
It's
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 like,
a kids
kids will
movie.
love it. Kids will love it, which is
Okay.
great. There's parts where Grogu's doing his little thing, running around. Like that's what it's for. It's for
Does he use
marketing.
the Force? Is there like any of that
He uses
stuff going
and
on?
the force is the way he uses the force is not really it's not really consistent. There's a moment
Oh,
where he lifts the young Jabba the Hutt's son.
right.
He lifts him. He's massive. He
Yeah.
lifts him, but then there's other moments where he struggles to lift something small.
Ah.
Like you lift
Ah.
an elephant, but you can't lift an apple.
Okay.
It's a bit silly like that. But
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know. It's just I don't. I struggle to like this film. I watched it just out of curiosity. I was fighting sleep.
You're not the
I
only one
think I
who
missed
said
5 minutes. I think I missed. I
yeah.
don't know. There's moments where you do a long blink and you think 5 minutes has gone past.
Oh man.
So watch this if you're a massive Star Wars fan and you're just gonna watch it just because you have to.
Yeah.
But don't go in there thinking you're gonna see anything better than what you've
Dan,
seen before
season
with
one, season
with
two.
Mandalorian. It's not any better.
Mm.
The story is just pretty much what I told you. They go for a quest to get some information, to get someone, bring him back to the rebels, to get questioned because he's got information that will help the rebels because the Empire is trying to get back, or the New Order, I think they're called, are
Yeah.
trying to get back, and certain people are trying to get back to the old ways, and the rebels are still the New Republic. That's what they're called, the New Republic.
Right.
They're
Right. Right.
trying
Right.
to keep things, as that's what it is. Yeah,
So I mean, I mean, the way that
yeah.
obviously this is the success of this. Getting more Mandalorian and Grogu depends on the success of this, right? If this isn't a success, but what is a success these days now? If this isn't a success, then are we? Is that the end of the Mandalorian and Grogu?
In a cinema context, I think so. I mean, a success for this would be to make double what it cost. So you need to be in the 300s of millions,
Wow.
I would
I
say.
don't think
To
it's doing that, is it? 300s or
No,
maybe
no,
even
no,
more.
no. It's 170 right now, which is pretty much break even to what it cost to make, not counting marketing, which has been a lot of marketing for this. So
Trust me.
yeah, I don't know, man. But it's still early. It just came out. When did it come out? It came out.
A
Actually, I think it's
week.
been out for about a week or so. Yeah, so
Mm.
in the same time. I think Obsession came out at the same time. That's done
Yeah.
100 million.
I think
Oh
they
no,
came out in the
one.
same week. It's
Hmm.
mad, isn't it? How
Yeah,
they can throw this much money on something and then, you know,
yeah.
um, all right. It sounds like Divaldo. I'm probably not gonna watch this in the cinema. I'll
Disney
wait
Plus
and
it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna wait until it comes out
yeah,
on Disney Plus.
yeah.
Um, but see, the thing is, I do like the character of the Mandalorian. You know, in that season one where he's this
Mm,
kind of space ranger, this Western,
yeah.
and just kind of the music and everything. So I do love that. So it's a shame, but hopefully we get to see something better. Now, listen, look, we've been recording now. How long have we been recording for, Divaldo? 50 minutes,
49 now. Yeah.
49, 50 minutes. Have we got time for one more?
No, we'll do it next time. next time.
Okay, let's do it next
Yeah.
time. And there you have it, folks. That is the end of this week's show. We hope you enjoyed it. Just finally, Devaldo, movie of the week is obviously
Obviously, obsession.
Obsession.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. For me, movie of the year, even I'll say that right
Mm.
now. For me, I love that film.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm going to see it again. I have to see it again. Wicked film.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Wicked
definitely
film.
recommending that one. All right, folks, keep it locked with the Flixters, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Peace out.